Make you a fully fledged member of the team.
You're gonna make me a vampire?
There's no chance.
Today is our first day as leaders of the Vampiric Council.
Is there not a throne for all of us?
No!
Do you have to step on it?
I'm on. I'm on.
What is happening? Am I flying?
Bazinga!
In the name of Jesus Christ.
I don't have to talk to modern women 700 years ago. I just say, hey, you, get on the back of John. John was my horse. That was called dating.
Disco, disco, partisan.
Hi, werewolves!
Car.
We get it. You're a vampire killer with the stakes and the reflexes and all that. Great job.
Yay.
Objection.
This is your fourth objection in the last minute. Overruled.
Objection.
What about?
Objection.
Yeah, how do you work this day?
You fancy a ride? Let's fire it up. Just kidding. I'm fine. Just a little fire.
For now, I am letting Nandor think that we are sharing power.
I will make her my number 2.
But there can only be one supreme leader. We haven't decided yet.
What we do in the shadows.
Do you ever wonder that there's more to this life than just mindless killing and bloodlust?
Yeah.
You do?
Of course not.
Good night.
Premieres Thursday, September 2nd on FX. Next day, FX on Hulu.
Whenever the fuck we feel like it, watching it, because we can.
Yeah.
What?
We watch it when we feel like watching it because, hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh, wow. This is very close up. Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
hang on, sorry. I'll give you a little bit of
There we
space.
go.
Is that better?
There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
a bit better.
Sorry about that.
I'm like, even I don't want to look at my paws.
I've got somebody fucking screaming at me. Shut up, Eric Voss from New Rock Stars.
What is that
next
weird?
Yeah.
There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's nice. Huh? Hey,
Yeah, much better. More space. It's nice. So, Dion, first of all, I'm wondering, do you have any magical teeth around somewhere that you could wear? Because I feel like
Yes. He is looking very vampiric.
you've got a whole bunch of vampire business going on right now.
Yeah, well, hello, lockdown. I just didn't realize I had left my hair out, so there you go.
Rena is saying you might catch up to her in the hair thing.
Absolutely not. Like, no, because there's just absolutely no way.
I would love to see a Rapunzel Dion, just with like super long hair.
Yes.
So much so that I just trip over it all the time. Be like, fuck.
I like that. Was it? Do you remember the episode? Like it was one of the Sesame Street ones where it was Guy Smiley was the guy, the dude at the bottom of the thing. Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Rapunzel's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Leave me alone.
Yeah, like her first line in the whole thing is "Get me out of here." So I like to think that Dion Punzel, you are up in a high place somewhere, gently letting your hair down.
Let down your hair. Okay, fine.
So what are we talking about tonight? We're talking
nothing. It's Friday night. I don't care.
We did shit for shit giggles on a Friday night.
I'm actually, you know what, very much into that.
It's more shits than giggles.
Well, at week 11 of lockdown, it's definitely shits.
Yeah, there are so many shits.
It's all about the shits at the moment.
Mm.
Was it last week? Was it last week? We did the show last week on Tuesday. Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one?
We do it every Tuesday.
We're there all the time.
Was it 1st of September or 8th of September was the 75th day of
Well, the 8th of September was only 2 days ago, so.
Yeah.
I can't remember which
There
one.
was one that was the 69th, wasn't it? And We made a big deal about that.
Well, we absolutely.
No. That was no. I think it was 1st of September was there because I have it marked in my in the calendar. I'm just looking at now, and it's actually on the 20th of September. That will be 100 days of lockdown in Sydney.
20th of September is when I get my second jab.
Yay!
Yeah.
Now, the best thing about that 100 days of lockdown, I'm so pleased that Gladys has just gone, fuck it, I'm out. Well before, like, you know.
Yeah.
Dan Andrews is like, yeah, no, I'll do your press conferences every day.
Every day forever. And Gladys is like, you know what? You're all getting a little too like grilling on me and I don't like it. So I'm going to stop doing it. I'm going to hand that off to someone else to do. And they're going to do that via Zoom. So
yeah.
Yes, Casper, she has just fucking given up.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the Sydney people have not. Go Sydney strong. You're doing well.
Yes, absolutely. So, yes, the conversation tonight is very loosely based around. I like that Dion's chugging a beer, just demonstrating precisely how fucking loose.
Okay. I don't have much to look forward to, Quinny, but the beer I have on Fridays is something I really appreciate.
Yes, and I look. I appreciate that you should. Sorry, I was fucking around with my chair because I couldn't get the fucking thing to. I was like, just wait. Sorry, Bat. Oh dear.
Bat. Fuck, I wish I
love
had
it.
that. Yeah, well done.
Yes. So I want to go back. I've got the trailer. So okay. A few people in the chat have been talking about the fact that they haven't actually seen much of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh no!
Are you fucking kidding me? What are you doing? Haven't got to the series. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Wait. Casper's in there. Like, did you enjoy the movie?
Because that's.
I mean, that's
yeah.
the question we can ask with delay. So there's no point in waiting.
I mean, at the moment, everybody is talking about giving up on useful numbers and Vic lockdown and adverse reaction. Oh god! And yes,
there you go. Casper loved the movie.
Okay, so Casper loved the movie.
Yes,
and that's what that gag was of the scratching of the micro. Yeah, like that's.
Thank you very much.
That was the bit, Quinny.
Yes,
and
it was
that's the joke.
That's the joke. I had a very similar sort of attitude. Well, like I'd watch the movie and I was like, oh, an American TV series? Is this a good idea? Like we've seen this fall on its ass fucking big time in the past.
So what I'm saying is, if there is a guaranteed thing to make a television series from another country go to an American version and tank, it's any of them except this one, which doesn't.
No. I mean, on the sort of on the heels of Flight of the Conchords, I don't know. Maybe it just means that there is a thing that like that particular New Zealandish style of humor actually plays in America for some reason.
Who knows? I don't care. They're just making a cool series, and I like it. Mainly because most of the actors are not American.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
And the guaranteed, American people are either nice comedic relief from different ethnic backgrounds, or the fucking energy vampire.
Colin Robinson.
Colin Robinson.
Love Colin Robinson. Best fucking new vampire I've ever seen. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Energy vampire, and
like,
how's it going? Mondays, am I right? It's like,
I watched an episode with him the other day where he just walked into a room, like there were two other people, and he just sorry, Missy's just saying, for fuck's sake, do something with your hair.
No, I love it like this.
Yes.
Big lion's mane.
No, keep talking.
Oh no. It's my whole stream just stopped. Sorry.
All right. Hang on. Yeah,
yes.
There we go.
It's very
okay.
Oh,
You've done something.
God.
What?
Nothing.
You
I
asked.
just want to go a little bit tight. Just everybody, look at that.
Happy Friday. There you go.
Yes.
What's that guy that guy with the dreads that lives in Byron that plays the music? Is it John something or other?
That's every dude in Byron.
Yeah, well, that looks like Dion.
Yep. Just getting ready to retire there and start my cult.
Cool. John Butler. Yes, thank you, Pretty
Yes. Yeah.
West Australian.
Yeah, but he's living in Byron now. So,
yeah.
you know.
Everyone lives in Byron, don't you know? Byron.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, the movie was, when was the movie actually? When did that come out?
Long time ago.
1603.
I see the amazing thing about it is I remember we actually had two of them at Supernova.
Oh, we had Taika Waititi.
We had Taika and the other guy who was I'm trying to think of the actor's
Not
name.
Jermaine.
No, Johnny Brew.
And Johnny Bro, yeah. Who was there? And
Who's
they
in Moth Effect? A couple of episodes of Moth Effect. I mean,
Yes.
noticed.
they were so lovely, but also fucking super late. Like they were not. They were supposed to arrive at a certain time, and by the time they arrived, they were like, "Okay, it's 45 minutes late on stage."
Oh, God.
They're just like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to do this. Is that all right?"
We
And
got
we're like,
stuck in traffic.
Yeah, they're like, we couldn't get there. And if anyone knows anything about Sydney, some days getting out to Olympic Park on the road.
Oh, it's a
from the
fucking nightmare.
not right.
Yeah. So I remember having precisely, I think, a 10-minute conversation with them and being like them sitting on stage. We watched a trailer for the film and then there were no questions because everyone's like,
Oh, no.
on. I actually, that's going to be my one regret is that when I was working there, I was so busy I couldn't attend that particular thing, even to just say hi. I was there ready at the start. I was like, hope they turn up. And then they didn't show up on time. I'm like, gotta go somewhere else.
Yep.
Job responsibilities.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm pretty sure they rocked up, did their 10-minute panel, went to a signing where nobody showed up to the signing because nobody knew much about the film or anything. And it was one of those things of like, oh, but it looks so good and it looks so funny. And then when the film came out, everyone was like, oh, fuck, right, okay. Shit.
That's super funny.
Yeah. So I want to we watched that film and everyone was like, yep, cool. And then they announced that they were going to make a TV series and it was going to be
many years later.
Yeah, it was quite a few years later, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was fun because what we do in the shadows led to Jermaine Clement was already quite a big star from
Flight of the Conchords.
But Taika Waititi had, but this was one of his first breakout. He already had breakout ones with Boy and a few other films and stuff in the industry for a while. But this one was a attention grabber, and then it became Hunt for the Wilder People, which was also amazing. But what we do in the shadows was this really great property that no one involved with it, the film, had time to make another one, even though they wanted to. They were just busy on other projects. And then the opportunity came around for them to do a television series. And that's what I fucking love about it, is that they've just been able to manage. They've been able to manage it by, hopefully, by being able to retain control and provide the right formula for the people to do it. And by going outside of, they're doing the same thing. It's fish out of water. European vampires in New Zealand was the film. European vampires in Brooklyn or
Staten Island.
Staten Island. Yeah, not even Brooklyn. Staten Island.
Yeah. If you can think of the shittiest bit of New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Quinny, I'm pretty sure I can think of very shitty places in New York, and I've been to a few of them with you.
that fifth floor walk up that we nearly died in.
Remember the piece of pizza that we got out of that shop at 3 a.m. in the middle of nowhere, where it was the only thing open, but we were
With $1 slice?
Oh,
not even. There were two people in there, and we walked in, and they were like, "What are you doing here?" We are open and selling pizza, but we're not really selling pizza.
Oh no!
Funny,
yes, we were definitely walking into all the wrong places.
Pizza, yeah, great.
So, interestingly enough, there were a couple of ideas for spin-offs, and I think Casper in the chat mentions remembered talking about a police series. So, I want to show you the trailer for the police series that was made. That is only just come out in America. So, it came out in Australia and New Zealand. 2-3 years ago?
Which one's this one?
This is Wellington Paranormal.
Oh, Wellington Paranormal. By the way, I was
So-
going to say, you're doing that and you're putting the video in.
Yeah.
Your super says Quinny painting like one of your French girls, and it freaks me out.
I'll see if I can fix that while we go and have a look at the trailer for Wellington Paranormal. Hang on.
When you're ready.
Nah, wrong thing.
No,
Eh,
that is not the trailer for Wellington Paranormal.
no. It's two. I had two trailers overlaid on top of each other.
Oh dear.
So here we go. This time for sure.
Welcome to the Wellington Police.
Trailers, come on.
I'm sorry. This is very difficult.
I mean, to put it in layman's terms, we're kind of like Mulder and Scully. We've got sort of underlying sexual tension going on.
I believe this is a UFO.
I believe it's a hubcap.
Maybe we could do something a little bit less scary.
It's Wellington. It's scary.
Right, everybody that wants to proceed to the afterlife, put up your ghost hands.
Your neck is going to get really sore, and I'm not massaging it tonight.
Be careful out there, guys. Full moon tonight.
We believe that earlier on tonight you were transformed into a werewolf and you ran through your back door.
How do you know that?
Just the hole in the back door.
Minogue, I'm just requesting assistance here.
Caught on the fence again, O'Leary.
It's not something that normally happens to me.
I've got a question. If we identify a UFO, does that just mean it's an FO?
I mean, that's a good joke.
Yes. I'm into it.
I tried watching it and I not for me.
Didn't work for you?
No. I mean, there's only so much of that naive, cute New Zealand that you can take, and for me, it wasn't funny. It was just a little bit naff.
It's a bit,
Right.
a bit hit and miss. I mean, it's fine that they were doing it and they were trying that sort of deadpan, cute, very earnest thing. Like deadpan earnest is okay.
Yeah.
Like, I love deadpan earnest. I love fucking Ted Lasso.
Yeah, but it's the same gag.
I preferred
every
Ernest Saves
episode.
Christmas, but that's just me. Like, of all of the Ernest films, that's the one that I enjoyed. I'm sorry. Sorry. Just the look on Jill's face of like, really?
I mean, it was a joke. What are we at? We're talking. Focus is back to what we do in the shadows. We've already reviewed what we do in the shadows. We reviewed it.
Yes.
The first season, and Quinny has not done the recommended reading and lost it somewhere in season 2. So.
Oh, Quinny.
I know, right?
Look, I'm sorry.
You haven't seen any of season 2?
No, I'm halfway through season 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then Jill and I are doing the right thing by doing all of the
I even watched episode 3 of season 3 tonight before the show.
Shit.
And I haven't watched it. Don't spoil that for me because I want to watch it.
Okay.
I'm holding off for it.
Sorry, Casper's like, you're the leader, letting everyone down. I hate to tell you this, Casper, but I am not the fucking leader.
He just talks the loudest.
It's communism. We all lead. Oh, glorious leader.
It's funny
Leader
'cause
one.
it's true.
No
I don't
leader.
know what I'm
all
doing.
leader.
I'm just clicking the buttons.
Yeah, we're like the Doom bots. We're all the same.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
There may be a real Doctor Doom somewhere, but we don't know.
He ain't us.
No.
Anyone does. I'm
So,
sad.
okay.
Season 2 though, Quinny, because season 2 has some very nice things that wrapped up that didn't really wrap up, but they left a few cliffhangers which are slowly being answered in season 3, which is good.
And I think like the final episode of season 2 is like the one that probably everybody was waiting to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that Jill's like, it's okay. You're allowed to. You can spoil whatever you want from season 2. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just say that the final episode of season 2, you get to see the New Zealand chapter of vampires back again, plus a handful, a very large handful of celebrity cameos that confirm that they are vampires by appearing in this show.
Okay, I've been up to the end of season 1 where the Council of Vampires shows up, and it is fucking amazing. Like
yes. Right. Well, they're back in season 2.
Excellent.
I forgot that was season 1, to be honest.
It was a big move. It was a ballsy thing. That, like end of season 1, you're like, okay. Well, actually, it wasn't even the end. It wasn't the last episode or something. It was the second.
No, but it was something they kind of established, and I also like that in season 2, where we're talking towards that wrap up, they took the piss out of Interview with the Vampire. It's fucking great because they do the Nouveau Theatre de Vampire. So as a thespian, Quinny, I am waiting for you to watch the final episode of that, where you get to see the brand new, the new Theatre of the Vampires, run by all of the vampires who aren't Colin Robinson and crew.
Well, wait until you watch tonight's one where they piss take Twilight.
Oh, yes.
This is the thing about the show. The show is great because it does enough. It does enough by going, we have our own canon, but what that allows them to do is play with other vampire establishment. Like, I'm really waiting for them to delve into things like Dracula 2000 and like weird shit and True Blood and just some of the sexy stuff.
True Blood, I feel like that would be a whole mine for them to dig into. Where are the southern vampires and stuff who aren't actually cool, like Bill and Co?
Did you get through, like, in the second season? Has anything happened with Naja that has been interesting?
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed Naja's ghost coming back.
Yes,
and then
so you got to the thing where there's the ghost doll of Naja, who's still around. Who's just there in the background going, "Great."
And I that to me was when I started to go, okay, like the film of What We Do in the Shadows is kind of a nice, neat, funny, cute little thing, And then the first season of the show felt like it was another nice, neat, cute, funny little thing that was kind of like, okay, here's, we're going to expand it out by saying there's a council of vampires, but it all felt kind of pretty much the same. Like it's the same shit. But then second season where they started to open it up a bit, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, right. So this is where you do get, ghosts. And
yeah,
I mean, have we had the werewolves?
Yeah, werewolves were in the first season.
Right.
Remember there was the werewolf fight on the... Yep. Shake it down. I don't know. I gotta watch that. I mean, I saw it in the trailer for season 3. Like, obviously, they're doing the werewolf thing, and also that bit with Robinson on fire. I'm really waiting for that. It's just like, oh, that's all right. I'm one of those energy vampires. Fire doesn't affect me.
I do like that bit in the trailer where the car beeps and then the werewolf people start chasing the car.
The werewolves, not swearwolves. I mean, that's in the movie,
Yes. Share wolves.
The share wolves. They're communist ones. Communist werewolves.
Well, yes. See, I did love that. I love the idea that, Rhys Darby was the head of a werewolf pack and he was just
I'd love to see his character come back, to be honest.
Absolutely. Like, well, at one point they were talking about doing either another film or I don't know whether there's going to be a spin-off series.
Yeah, a spin-off film or something with the werewolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the diatribe that's going on in the chat at the moment. True Blood, and I'm like, yes, I have watched all of True Blood. I'm just going to say, you know what, True Blood's actually really pretty good up until they start messing around with fairies, and then I was like, okay, this is too much. But by the end of it, I was like, sure, whatever, it's like, no problem. that guy is obviously that mystical creature centaur thing from another half mother scorpion thing. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Wow, so they get like super supernatural in that show, do they?
No, True Blood was this kind of thing, like, yeah, Southern vampire, sort of gothic horror. I really like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. Yeah, it's obviously just selling sex and vampirism, and there's a whole thing that they're doing, and that's fine. And then they just start roping in other mythical things, and I was just like, here now, finish it for me. Just let me end.
But,
and
I mean,
kind of like a vampire, I just begged for death at the end. Die.
Okay, well then tell me, what is your favorite vampire stories? Like in fairies, films, books. What are your favorite takes on the vampire story concept?
Buffy?
Oh,
I
yes,
don't know.
yes.
I think that was like probably the first big vampire thing that I watched, I guess.
Are you talking about my favorite vampire or my favorite vampire story?
Story, I
Well,
think.
yeah, like let's go with stories.
Okay, hands down, favorite vampire story, and this may be controversial, the Blade TV series.
Oh, bold move.
Bold choice.
Wait, Blake TV?
Yes.
Is it live action or animated? What is it?
Live action. I'm about to find the trailer for you.
Please, when did this come out?
Yeah, like this was in the early 2010s.
So after the movies.
Yep, very much after the movies, and not starring Wesley Snipes. It had a whole other
It starred a dude called Sticky Fingers.
Okay.
Who did a fucking great job, but it made the narrative world of that vampire mythology great. Okay,
Yeah.
go for it. Have a look.
Okay.
It's terrible because it feels very dated.
Hominus nocturni?
Vampires. This is Vampire Ash. I'm hungry. Welcome home, old man. Blade's back. I didn't hear you.
Oh dear.
Oh, that seems so terrible.
Oh dear. For something that came out in the 2010s, it certainly looks like it came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
It had no budget, but I mean, what was really interesting about it, what I thought was really interesting about it was the way they carried on the narrative of the stuff they established in the movies through and built a world around it.
Mm.
It didn't last very long. Like, it was fine. One of the great things was basically, you know how vampires feed off humans, and they suck their blood. People pretty much found out that once you ash a vampire, you can turn it into a drug and snort it. So people are hunting vampires to create drugs. Like, it's kind of they reversed the whole sort of thing.
Wow.
Like, vampire ash is something that you can take as a drug for humans.
Cool.
And it was like,
and you, while you were taking it, you got, you know, vampiric powers for a brief period of time. So people
I can get into that.
So basically, it turned the hunter-hunted species war a little bit on its end, and I was like, oh, okay. And then they did the thing that they did in the movies by the end of it, which was like humans are just breeding, like you breed humans to put them in blood farms, and they really saved the budget on the TV show to put them all in the fucking blood farms, which is really good. Like, it was basically like you vacuum seal humans and hang them up and then drain their blood from them, and they did this whole thing, and I was like, oh, that's actually cool. Like, you know,
was that in the series? Or was that in like the sequel films?
I thought that was in the series. Oh fuck! I don't know.
I have
Maybe
no
I'm
memory at all.
But yeah.
Yes, but I'm with you, Dion. That was one of those rare moments where somebody was like, we'll give it a go. You know, we'll have a go at televising a film, and it wasn't terrible.
No, I mean, is it dated? Yeah, fuck. Is it bad? Did it have any money? No. Like, you know, and I think as Owen says in there, it's like, you couldn't fight like Snipes. Like, no, you couldn't. But also, they just needed someone who looked like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, and any time that anyone asks me about that, I have to remind them of this, which is, sorry, just trying to get the quality right on it. I mean, which is a telling statement because no, that's as high as it goes. 240p is high as this trailer goes.
Yeah.
Here we go. When people tell me, oh, you know, when there was a good show that got turned into a good movie that got turned into a TV show, I say, yeah. Well, what about
when someone dies? A crow carries their soul to the land of the dead.
The Crow, Stairway to Heaven?
Sometimes something so bad happens that a terrible
What about
soul is carried with it.
What about the third movie?
At rest.
And sometimes, just sometimes,
What about
bring
it?
the soul back to put things right.
Things can never be right. My soul will never rest.
This isn't vampirism, though, Quinny.
No, sorry. You're right. My apologies. I'm going to take it off.
Yeah. Do a crow thing later. Like, you know.
Yeah, sorry.
We're going to talk crow. Get your emo out.
Yeah.
Get your goth kid on. And
hang on. Now Casper is throwing some shade at Highlander, the TV series, and I will hear nothing bad about
them's fighting words with a couple of people involved in it. Not me, because I think it's shit. But
yes.
Jill, what's your favorite vampirism property?
Me?
Yeah. What was yours?
I'm pretty sure I said Buffy.
Buffy.
Yeah,
Well, who's your
and
vampire though? Who's if you're gonna pick one vampire to be your vampire, who's that?
It
doesn't have to be a Buffy vampire. You can mix and match.
Clean slate, Buffy. That's what even if it says
shit, I don't know.
I know my transcripts are a little.
Brad Pitt was pretty hot in Interview with the Vampire.
I mean, that gym was
That's it.
Yeah, I think like just Brad Pitt in that movie, if he stayed that age forever. Yeah.
He's your vampire.
Oh, it was Angel before it was Brad.
Oh.
Right.
I first watched Interview with the Vampire with my sister in France, and it was in French. It was on TV.
Oh, wow.
That was the first time I ever watched it.
That's kind of cool though. You're just watching Brad Pitt as a long-haired vampire speaking in French. You're like, yes.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
For this.
All of the yes.
Each generation a slayer.
See, how many of you watched the movie of Buffy before you watched the TV series?
Not me.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know about this town.
And that's why I was watching like, Buffy the TV series is cool. I'm like, no, it's not. It was shit.
You might not find us. Everything you've ever dreaded was under your
And then, you know,
Well, to be honest, I actually always enjoyed the TV series far more than I enjoyed the movie.
yeah, the movie was terrible.
almost
The movie was terrible, but the TV series was great. And I think the TV series was amazing because the makeup effects were great.
you've got to be ready.
You got the what?
Yeah,
sorry?
the vampires looked better in the TV series.
Yeah.
The TV series had just actually like for the first one, it had phenomenal effect.
We're a team.
You're the Slayer.
Really made you go,
The
holy shit.
Slayer.
It's too hard for me to do.
Didn't they spoof the original movie in the series at one point though?
Did they?
I feel
think
like they did.
Yeah, they made many references to it. Well, I mean, Joss wrote both of them.
Well, there you go.
They were on there, so too hard.
Yeah.
Paul Rubens' Vampire was actually quite great. That was the best thing.
Yeah. I was going to say, for me, that was the high point of the movie. Exactly. Sorry, I find it quite weird watching this trailer because it feels like Buffy, but the music's all wrong.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
where's my Buffy music at?
Yeah, because you don't have the back when
So
they had
yes.
to like get whole seasons in the can before they release them, so you could have, you know,
Yeah,
huge
highlights reel of the whole season.
highlight reel of a climax after 22 episodes, and people are like, "Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll buy that." And it's like,
Yeah.
"You made 22. Please buy it." Instead of nowadays, it's like we have 33 seconds of a pilot, and we've made a hype train. So, I guess.
I always felt like it would have been a lovely thing if Luke Perry had come back for the actual series at some point in time.
I'm pretty sure he would have been down for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He was also very famous at that point and was still doing Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah. Well, you know, everyone's in a sitcom and then does movies. That's the transition. It's called the Michael J. Fox move. You work on a popular franchise and then you get transition into films.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Who's your favorite vampire, did you say?
Oh, see, mine is probably... Oh, man. There's the Necroscope series of books by... God, I'm going to have to... Brian Lumley.
Joanna's husband.
Yes. Yeah. So Brian Lumley wrote a series of books called like the Necroscope series. Necroscope, Vampiri, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And they were really cool. They were like, actually, you know what my favorite is? Because I was like, why did I like them so much? Why did I like those books so much? It was a weird crossover between like MI5 and vampires.
Oh.
So like there was this whole kind of thing of them being spies and them being like that whole thing of like in the 70s where they were trying to work out whether people could do ESP and everything. So during the Cold War.
Right.
And so the Russians were trying to work out, you know, can we get people to develop mental abilities and stuff like that? And in doing so, accidentally fucked around with some vampires. And so suddenly, like, you've got the Cold War, but half the people are vampires and half of them are going, actually, this is really bad. And we've fucked up real bad here. So it was a really cool series. And I dug that. And I was like, why did I enjoy that so much? And I will find you the series that I love that basically nobody fucking watched. It was British and it was cool. And it's very difficult to find the actual thing because it shares a name with a shit film.
Oh.
What's it called then? So I can search the shit film.
I'm trying to find it so that you can. Nope. No, wrong one. Fuck it. It shares a few names.
Is it Ultraviolet? Because Owen
yes.
said that.
Yes. It is Ultraviolet. No, not the movie, Casper. That's the thing. So there was a movie called Ultraviolet.
And a TV show called Ultraviolet.
Yeah. And if I
What's the one about the housemates of the ghost, the werewolf, and the vampire?
Oh,
they remade in the American version as well.
That's really familiar.
I can't.
Being Human, that's it.
Being Human, that's the one. Yes.
There we go. And then they made the American one, and the
Right. Okay. Here we go. This is.
What are you doing? Ultraviolet, the television show?
Yes.
Not the Mila Jovovich one.
No, that's the thing. Like, and I got really excited when they were making a film of it because I'm like, yeah, Ultraviolet's awesome. Then they made the Mila Jovovich one.
Like, you sons of bitches.
Right. Okay, here we go. It's all. Oh, give it a bit more noise. So it's very British and has that kind of, I guess, Idris Elba, early days.
Ooh.
And Philip from Play School.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So Philip Quast, after he'd done Play School and done a bit of stuff on
Yeah, well, we did
Les
get
Mis.
negatives back. They're full of empty streets and there's no one in them. What's all that about?
Yeah, did this weird vampire TV series.
Angie Martin, Detective Sergeant Vaughan Rice.
Someone is trying to kill me.
Whatever he's telling you, he's not being straight with you.
They're a death squad, Mike.
Now, I know you two boys go back a long way,
They've got orders to shoot me on sight.
but he stopped being your friend 2 nights ago.
Find out who is in charge.
And now he's using you.
Help me!
It could be the Bill.
Believe
with vampires.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that was carried out
It's
3
Philip
nights
from
ago.
Play School.
Before we
It's Philip from fucking Play School.
Wooden hammer?
Through the blood window, we
State of
can.
the art. Then so are we.
And that's Bill Moyers. Stephen Moyers, a la Bill from True Blood.
Huh.
So, yeah. Some cool ideas, very, very low key. Like, no kind of. It's all very.
Like,
This is amazing. This music, man.
Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it? Sorry. Go on, touch it. Smoke. Yeah. Burning. Yeah.
I just love that they just didn't have a budget.
No, exactly. It's like
Just
TV fucking vampire stuff on a zero budget.
Yeah.
That's a terrible fucking bit of music, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is a lot worse than
I'm
I
like,
remember.
wow, Quinny, you really loved this show.
I did it at the time.
Oh, look, I've got nothing. I've got nothing with the Blade TV show. It was like, oh, man,
Exactly.
terrible. But like, this is just good ideas showing up is amazing.
Yeah.
The first half of this trailer was amazing, and now the second half is like, what am I fucking watching right now?
Yeah. Low budget British vampire stuff. Hang on. What?
Yeah.
It was an American version?
Oh, fuck. Always American.
Now I need to find this.
We're getting really off
horrified.
topic though. It's like we're trying to talk about What We Do in the Shadows, which is a great television show, and you should get.
Yeah, but it's about vampires, and this is TV shows about vampires.
Yeah,
as
sorry, we got
well.
really distracted going down the hole of like, wait, well, I remember a vampire. It's like, what do I have to sit here and go, hey, my favorite vampire is the Count. So somewhere he's murdering a bunch of fucking Muppets. Like, don't forget, the
So
Count is still a vampire. He's a vampire
that
with
your
OCD.
theory?
Yeah, he's a vampire with OCD. So he's got to keep counting things. But eventually, somewhere, he's murdering Muppets.
Oh dear.
How else to keep alive?
Yes. And I must admit, like, it took me a long time to realize that, Count Von Count is actually meant to be a vampire, because I was a very slow child.
Child?
Yes. Okay, so it's good. Predicanga tells me that there's an American Ultraviolet that was, like all of the best things, an unaired US pilot. Yeah.
Well, just look, honestly, like, here's the thing, and this is what we can come back to, is like every other version of British or separate television shows translated into American have been terrible, except for What We Do in the Shadows. It breaks the rule. Like, this is a great continuation from the film, mainly because they kept the same amount of hilarity and pushed it through, but also didn't focus on the people from the film. They focused on a new set, which is what I like.
Yes.
And I like the way that the character progressions are going. And in season 3, I'm actually really on board with everything. They've given everyone something to do, which is really hard.
Yes.
Like, by the end of season 2, we had a really big, like, sort of revolve around Colin Robertson, which was great to make him understand, what happens if he gets too powerful.
He just eats everybody's energy all the time.
Yeah, all the time. But also he gets his comeuppance when he starts online trolling, that's a whole separate. Literally online trolling.
Is that when that all would have, I'm guessing, started somewhere around the time that they got their chain email? Like Nandor checks his emails for the first time in a decade and goes, "Oh no, I've got the." I can't do his accent. I've got a chain letter from Bloody Mary. I have to.
Yes, I have to do it, or she'll kill me. We're all going to die. No, like Colin Robinson. I like the episode about the trolling because it is. He starts off trolling people, and then like the internet, it turns your own energy against you, and people end up trolling him. So he starts getting involved in it. Like because he's no longer the person attacking everyone, he's the person being attacked. So it's a good, funny. Yeah. Oh,
no, I'm just going to put it on in the background while we're talking about other things, because we can talk about the characters a little
music. I can always just throw.
You whack on the music. Go on. You want to.
I do like Guillermo's story arc for season 2.
Well, so when it's been a long time between me watching season 1 and season 2. So when did he find out that he was a Van Helsing?
In season 2, I think.
He's kind of finding out that he was related in some way.
Right. Okay.
So
I'm guessing it must have been like end of season 1 or something when he killed the master or whatever it was.
Well, that was an accidental one. That was an accidental.
Yeah.
You didn't know. This one is more like. Have you found the place where he finds the nests of other vampires?
Where he gets and there's a whole bunch of 70s vampires.
Yeah, and all that, and season 2 basically ends up in that the fallout from that because basically the council's like, hey, did you murder all these vampires? Because you're the only nest left out of that whole area, and we're like, pretty sure you killed them all, and they have to deal with that. And then season 3 starts after it sort of ended. It's kind of it's a very big kind of end to the American Staten Island vampire area. And then 3 starts, and you're like, where are they going to go from there? But they're going quite well, actually. And I like that.
I've been pleasantly surprised by how big it is, like how much they're expanding on the story.
But still keeping it really tight and focused on the house.
Yeah, they're not getting too big.
Yeah.
I did wonder because, your lead characters are what keep you watching. They're the ones that keep you coming back. And I don't know, what are you both? Where do you fall on the Matt Berry thing?
Oh my god, I love Matt Berry.
Matt. He's great.
He's such an unusual comedian. I loved him in
IT Crowd or
IT Crowd and
Toast of London.
No, the one with Noel Fielding.
Mighty Boosh.
Mighty Boosh. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's so weird but so funny.
Yeah,
has this amazing charisma.
I discovered, or I found that the thing that I liked about Matt Berry was in a television show called Snuffbox. And my one little anecdotal story about Snuffbox is Snuffbox was a very quick sort of one and done British television show with Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher. And I ran into Rich Fulcher at a comedy festival in Adelaide one year. It was great. But I just had to say, I didn't know him. I just ran up to him. I'm like, Rich Fulcher, you're amazing. I loved you in Snuffbox. And he's like, oh, you're about the only one. I was kind of like, well done, Rich Fulcher. That's amazing. But I'd known Matt Berry from there. And then he came into, Mighty Boosh and all the rest of it. So for a long time, I've kind of been like, Matt Berry is hilarious, but he's also been doing the same guy for.
Yeah, I know, but it's so good. I like this. I like that guy. Real douchebag energy, but it's so funny.
I'm slightly terrified to ever meet him because I hope that he isn't that guy, but I feel like he may well be.
That's what you're going to have to take that chance, Quinny. Ha ha.
Yes, there's something about like people love him in Toast of London, and people fucking love him in the IT Crowd. And I've always had this thing with it where I'm like, I think I like him, but then I think he could be a complete asshole. And so my little wall goes up, and I'm like, no, don't. Maybe you're a complete prick.
Sure, you don't want to peer behind the curtain. I just love that he's done that character for such a long time now that he's kind of ingrained. But I also love that in this show, he's not usually the focus of it. It would be very easy for Matt Berry to overrole, overrole everyone else. And Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Thank you.
Oh, he was in that too.
Yeah.
Like, I love that there is this period of the 90s or something, like in the UK that was just producing
obscure UK TV.
Obscure shit, but quality shit. Like Green Wing and IT Crowd and fucking Snuffbox and Jam. And was Jam the really dark one? There was a sketch comedy show that was so fucking dark that you're like, oh.
Yeah, Jam was and there was another one too that I can't remember. That was the
Brass Eye.
No, it was Brass Eye. There was another one too that Simon Pegg was in, which was a sketch comedy show. Oh God, Big Train. That's the one.
Oh yeah.
The Big Train is another one. Like, there's heaps of background comedy. It's like, oh, these people, they're like, they're such funny comedians. Like, they've been doing it for 20 years. They found a character and they've just been hammering it since. That's how you get recognition. You just got to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like a politician, you just keep saying the same thing over and over again, and eventually someone will let you do the thing you want to do.
I guess in a way that's how the British system of comedy, and I call it a system, but whatever, kind of works though, isn't it? Like, you look back in the 70s and there was the groups. There was your Monty Python, your Goodies, and they were all kind of doing shit at the same time. And then, cross-pollinating. Are you okay, Dion?
Sorry, someone just sent me a GIF on a different thing, and it is of a pig in a bikini, and I'm just like...
I feel like you should share it with us.
I cannot. There was a joke that came through, and I was like, why am I seeing this? And I don't know what to do now. Oh, my God. Anyway. Sorry, it wasn't you.
Almost a spit take.
Not you. No, I can't afford a spit take in this area, or I don't have an income.
I was just very worried about you.
Yeah, I'm worried about the person who sent me a pig in a bikini. Well, I will have to say, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, people in general who are not involved in this find always, constantly, and forever decide that the time when I am live on an internet thing is when they want to message me.
Yeah.
Or start a conversation. And I'm like, can we just do this a bit later?
No.
Anyway.
No, I'm gonna do the thing. So general consensus, we love Matt Berry.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And
Where are we at with
Richard Ayoade?
Yes.
Rich Fulcher, Richard Ayoade.
Yep.
We're going with Simon Pegg, Nick Frost.
Yeah.
Yep.
British comedians.
Jimmy Carr. Where are we at with Jimmy Carr?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but for a person who's been a cunt and is known to be a cunt, that's his thing. It's the same thing with who's the guy from, I forgot his name. He's in The Mandalorian. Burr. No, wait.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Bill Burr. When I see written word of him or interviews or his stuff in acting, totally normal person. When I've watched any of his stand-up shows, I hate him. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, he seems like a normal person. Then I watch his stand-up shows and I'm like, oh God, no.
Only reason I bring up Jimmy Carr is I've watched, and he's got a series out on Netflix called The Fix, and really quite funny.
Okay.
Like they approach a problem every week, and or every episode or whatever. And the first one is like the internet or social media, and then the second one is immigration. And they're like, and they've got 4 comedians there who are just, talking shit and doing panel show, being witty and funny. But their whole thing is, okay, how do you fix this problem and make it more palatable? And I'm guessing that it's Netflix just going, okay, we've got money, we're going to get that popular guy from the UK and put him on here with a bunch of our tame Netflix comedians.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually quite good.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something in that British kind of panel show thing, but yeah, as Predator King says, car is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Speaking of British comedians, who do you think is the best What We Do in the Shadows character?
Nadja.
Yes.
I'm with you on that one.
Yes.
The best vampire in that house is Nadja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down. I don't know why.
What is it about her that you like? Is it the sass, the complete fucking don't give a fuck about anything?
Yeah, like all of the above. And she's the only intelligent one in the house.
Yep.
Still has her foils because no matter what happens, she will always chase after Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love the idea that there's this romance that is fated to keep happening time and time and time again, and then the final time he shows up.
It's not even a romance because she's married to Laszlo.
Yeah.
She's
But she has this lover that keeps being reincarnated every century.
Yeah, she quite literally just goes and has an affair every now and again.
Kind of when
like,
she finds him. Yeah.
If you look at it from the length of her lifespan as a vampire, it's like if you were to compress that to a human lifespan, it's like every 6 months or so she's just like, it's gonna get me some of that, and then I'll just go back to doing whatever. It's kind of I love it, And she's the best thing. Yeah, I think you're quite right because she's the smart one who sits there and goes, ugh.
Yeah.
But also she
understands the one who seems to enjoy fucking with people the most.
Oh yeah, that stupid fucking hat.
Oh my god, the hat episode. I love that.
And it comes back. Have you got back to the re-hat, Goody?
What?
The hat? No. The hat's back.
I had that fucking hat.
Yeah. They bring the hat back. It's a recurring character.
That's amazing.
I'm so excited for you to see.
Yeah, coming here, feeling us take over the whole of Staten Island just by ourselves. Well, I bet he's having a lovely bloody nap up there. I hope he's resting while you want me to come sing you a lullaby. Silly boy. Touch the hands, Mr. Hands. All right, then.
I love her. She's just a very, very annoyed Eastern European woman.
Yeah.
I love that you're like Eastern European. She's Greek. She's definitely Greek.
Yeah, but what is her accent?
Greek.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, fine. You go with that then. If that's what you believe.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're Greek-European. There we go. And look, okay, I've got to say one thing about accents and funny shit that goes on during this series. There is a really great bit in season 3, which I think, Jill, you've seen, when they've got the cloak of deception or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but it allows all of the actors to basically inhabit other characters and to give their own version in their own accents.
Yeah,
so
it's funny.
There's a bit there where I broke my brain a little by hearing all of the actors doing normal voices, and I was like, no, it's like, oh, it's Nandor doing his own voice and not the kind of accent that he's putting on all the time. And I was like, oh, that's just fabulous.
He's quite
I'm
funny.
down with all of this.
And him doing an impersonation of Laszlo.
Yeah. The guy who plays Nandor ends up doing his own voice, doing an impersonation of Matt Berry's Laszlo. And you're just sitting there going, that's great. Like,
Yeah.
That is deeply confusing, and I'm into it.
Yeah, it was. It was so impressive.
So make some
I don't-
time.
yeah.
You've got to make some time for it.
I do look, and I have been trying. I've been really trying because, like, the first season I really enjoyed, but then second season started coming out, and it was like I haven't watched the last fucking 2 seasons of Rick and Morty. I haven't seen a lot of shit. There are things that I'm like, I'll come back to that.
In fact, there's nothing much in Rick and Morty, especially when they just start going. They do a meta episode of just talking about how everyone should stop watching Rick and Morty. And stop paying attention to it because you're just feeding a beast that doesn't have anything to say.
Okay.
It's an interesting metatextual, although it's good. Like, it doesn't have the same punch. I'll say that, Casper. Rick and Morty these days doesn't have it like the hit, because you don't care about the characters. And I think even the creators behind it don't care because they're like, stop idolizing these characters. They're all terrible.
You're right.
No one is. Like, you used to feel bad for Morty. You shouldn't feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, really? Morty's a bad person?
Well, no. Morty is just as morally fucked up as everyone else. So he isn't someone who's innocent. He's gone through. He doesn't have innocence anymore. And Rick isn't someone that you need to idolize. And every single character in that whole thing is just terrible. I think that's what they're doing.
And okay, Morty's a mass murderer. Good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
well then, but that's the thing. Like I the shows that were zeitgeisty and everything like that, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm meant to be watching this stuff, and then just couldn't find the time to do it. I haven't watched the last fucking 2 seasons of The Flash or whatever.
Don't bother.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's not good.
That's about what I thought. And
It's
so
really gone downhill.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
are
so
they-
yeah,
Is it?
sorry.
What season is that stuff now? You run out of stories. Like, unless what you want to say in a world and then walk off on it. It's like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, they're
Flash
they're
is
beating
coming
a
up to
dead
season
horse.
8. Like they're about to start season 8, and I'm pretty sure it's their last season.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ended, guys.
Yeah, it just becomes like beating a dead horse with like they're not doing anything new in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the old thing, the old 6 seasons thing.
6 seasons in a movie.
Well, no. Well, this is the thing. Who knows where this all came from? I'd like to actually go into the background of it. Like, 6 seasons used to be the American standardization of syndication, and that's what you wanted. Syndication meant that your show was sold off to other markets, and you would get residual money every time it was played, and that's what everyone was going for in the American system. And in order to get the 6 seasons in American television, was it 6 by 24?
Yeah.
They were trying for the magical 150, I think it was.
Yeah.
150 something episodes meant you could get syndicated.
And
then
in
your
that,
shit would play forever and you'd make money forever.
yeah, so people would write for the 150, and then after the 150, they don't give a shit because it's been syndicated. They've got that money. It's going to keep coming in. They don't care if it's popular. They move on to the next thing.
But also, I mean, that doesn't even really happen anymore. I don't know that. Do we do syndicated TV? Is that a thing?
No. Like, I mean, the whole model has changed.
Yeah, especially now with streaming services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more pressure.
Casper, I'm still enjoying Stargirl.
I quite like Stargirl. Season 2 is good.
Yep, they haven't fucked up the thing. The CW, it hasn't become CW trash.
Not yet.
Yet, give it time.
Give it time.
Yeah,
We live in.
we do. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and now that I've jumped back into What We Do in the Shadows, and I've watched 4 episodes in quick succession, I'm like, oh, actually, no, this is really good.
And the beautiful thing about them is they're short episodes. They're not 45 minutes, so you can power through a couple.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, I can do this. And also at the moment, I'm trying to get through as much as I can of Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
Oh, yes, because we're talking about that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I have. That is an interesting one, Jill, and I am
Yes.
pushing to go through that, but it is, that has been an interest. They are long.
It's weird, isn't it? The 45-minute episodes. Yeah.
It's interesting though. Like it's an
Yeah.
fascinating series. I'm waiting to see whether or not I can get through it. And
Okay.
yeah, Casper, you'll have to tune in on Tuesday to find out if we recommend it or not. Part of the deal.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't tell you now.
No, that's cheating.
Yeah. Peeking behind the curtain, buddy. But I will say I would recommend giving it a watch. Fuck you, I'm tuning in anyways.
You love us. That's
I'm just going to watch you anyway, just to see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I do recommend checking it out. Like it's an interesting concept piece.
Yes. Like I feel like if I was back in year 12, I would study this and write an essay about it. Like that's how interested in it I am.
Yeah. And I
it's got a lot of intelligent things to say about itself.
About itself, toxic masculinity, like the format of sitcoms, the assumptions of all these things. Like we're gonna have a good conversation on Tuesday.
Oh yes, there's a lot to pull apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the least of which is the dude who plays Kevin. He's like some weird thing where the universe reincarnated fucking googly eyes dude.
Yeah, he looks like a toad.
Yes. Fuck, what's the
Very
actor's
unlikable.
name? Who is in
Steve Buscemi?
No. Old guy, big chubby guy who was
Chris Farley?
Oh fuck.
No? John Candy.
No, older. Like he was in his 60s when he was famous. Grey hair, big bulgy eyes.
What's he in? I don't even know now. Fuck, help us.
Yeah. Help me out. Like I was literally talking about him yesterday and I Googled him. Rodney Dangerfield. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done, Brett.
Like if Rodney Dangerfield was reincarnated like into this other guy, and I was like, oh God, that's horrific. Do you know who Rodney Dangerfield is? Do you remember him?
No.
Caddyshack.
Rena, it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Here, let me show you who Rodney Dangerfield is.
Caddyshack trailer, Quinny. Come on, go to the classics.
Oh, you want the Caddyshack
Before
trailer?
my time.
Rodney Dangerfield is in Caddyshack.
It's an unfortunate thing where I've accidentally used the word caddy sack, which is a very different film, funnily enough.
Which will cancel the fuck out of us for showing porn.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, kid, park my car, get my bags, and put on some weight, will you? Hey, Wang, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Come on, will you? I think this place is restricted, Wang, so don't tell me you're Jewish. Okay, fine. Hey, kid, I'm Al Cherwick. I'm playing with Drew Scott today. This is my guest, Mr. Wang. No offense. Oh, I can maybe have a half dozen of those Vulcan D10s and set my friend up here with the whole schmear. You know, clubs, bags, shoes, gloves.
Oh my God. I reckon this guy from Kevin has emulated this dude.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you see this, you're
Getting
like,
made vibe.
oh shit.
Yeah, you've got to realize that Rodney Dangerfield was the comedy.
Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Oh my God, yes.
It's the eyes, it's everything. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
it's the
shit.
lack of chin.
Yeah.
Just that toad sack of a neck. Oh, bye, Queenie. Fine. Fuck off then.
He's fucked himself off. He just got out.
Yeah. God damn it, Queenie. Get your fucking internet fixed. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
just
Jill.
us now.
Now, you, me, and Rodney Dangerfield, and how weird that. You've got to go see Caddyshack.
No,
Managed
do
to
I?
remove myself from my own stream.
Well done, Quinny.
Yep. To anyone who's wondering whether I was the leader, not the leader. Yeah. So there you go, Caddyshack. One of those ones that, yeah, when you look back on it,
that old gag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the like Caddyshack is like Airplane, you know, the movie Flying High or Airplane or whatever.
Like those old Leslie Nielsen kind of movies.
Yeah, like
no, it was Naked Gun, but like the same sort of thing.
Yeah, it's the same
he was
stupid
in-
humor though.
But same
like,
stupid humor, but also when you go back and look at them now, holy fuck, they do not.
Well, I
you
would
know,
say of Airplane or Flying High as it was in Australia. Airplane is still pretty good. Like, there's some.
When did you last watch it?
Like, not too long ago. Like, there's some definite stuff in there which is like, oh no, you don't do that anymore. But,
Yeah, there is some not even casual racism and casual misogyny. It is just beating women and, you know, a whole bunch of not cool race-based humor that I'm like,
I'm not in here to do that, but there's still some fucking funny jokes in there. Like, do you even remember the voiceover of in the airport? You know, the announcements that go over?
Yes.
It's a couple having a fight over the announcements of the airport. It's a background gag. All the stuff's going on in there, but you just occasionally hear the you know, overhead stuff, and they're fighting with each other. It's like, oh my god, that's funny. Like, some of it's funny.
yeah, some of it. But I've rewatched the first however long of it not that long ago and was just like, this is a fucking hard watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yes, don't call me Shirley. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're talking about What We Do in the Shadows, which is not a hard watch.
No.
So,
not
okay,
at
where
all.
are we at with season 3? How many episodes have you watched so far? 3?
And that's all that's out.
2. I'm going to hopefully go and watch it at the end of it. I'm just really excited because I saw in the trailer that you played earlier, there's the bit where Nandor is trying to do the vacuuming, and I'm just dying to see the vacuuming gag from the movie translate across to the television. Remember about that one. You have to.
What was the vacuuming gag in the movie?
I won't spoil it for you. Go back and watch the movie about the vacuuming gag. And part of the thing about the vacuuming gag in that is it was our family had the exact model of Electrolux vacuum cleaner that is in the old movie. And that's part of the thing I love about New Zealand. Like, New Zealand has all of the stuff from the early 80s that everyone else had that I saw in Australia. And I was just like, oh my God, that's that. I had the same vacuum cleaner, or that was something that I instantly recognized. And it was just like, oh, wow. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I loved about it.
It's funny. I look at What We Do in the Shadows, like the actual film, and I realize that there are more characters in it than I remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like there's, you know, all of Jermaine Clement's character and Taika's character and everything, but there's also the weird
Peter!
Nosferatu. Yeah.
Peter, it's time to get up.
Oh.
I liked Peter.
Oh, yeah. He's a great vampire.
Yeah.
Peter, house meeting.
Oh, no, he is sleeping. He really is sleeping.
And I love that they've whilst they've made Nandor essentially the same character as Taika,
Yeah.
he's different enough.
Mm.
And if nothing else, I love him for his horse, John.
John.
Like I watched the season 3 trailer where they mentioned his horse John, and I was just like, "Thank you. I'm so glad you didn't forget that."
Love it. Oh, well, I think, you know.
Hey, Adsky, did you just join us, or are you just saying hi? Because you know,
Because hey.
just hey. Yeah, we love you. We're happy to have you here. I'm gonna play the trailer of the original film because I like it.
Yes.
And after this, I've got to go. I'm hungry.
Okay.
Right. We're coming to the end of our time. Hang on. We'll just go full screen on that one. There you go.
I love that they sort of started their witch thing.
Yeah,
And then
totally.
It's been like this the whole time, even on dishes, and it still hasn't moved in 5 years. You're a cool guy, but you're not pulling your weight in the flat.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that I'm cool. No, that's not the point, though.
Yeah,
You're missing
no, I
the
know.
point.
I know. It's like thinking about how cool you are.
When you get 3 vampires in a flat, obviously there's going to be a lot of tension.
Viago was an 18th century dandy.
A ghost cop. Sly is a bit of a pervert.
This is my torture chamber.
Deacon's like the young bad boy of the group. I'm supposed to pay rent, but I don't.
The trouble with being a vampire is you have to be invited in.
Come in to the bar. $4 is water.
Will you invite us in? We need some fresh blood.
Hi, my name is Nick. I've been a vampire for 2 months. My friend Rich is a bouncer. He'll invite us in.
Gentlemen, you are most welcome.
Nick is so much fun.
I'm a vampire.
Such a dick.
Nick, why don't you use the front door? You want to draw attention to this house, hmm?
We've got a whole documentary crew following you around.
You let a vampire hunt into our house.
Wait a minute, I discovered my email.
We'll not keep the camera guy, maybe one camera guy.
The dance.
Don't swear. What are we?
Werewolves, not werewolves.
So good.
When you're a vampire, you become very sexy.
So good.
When
That's
he
the thing, like,
transforms into a cat, he doesn't quite get the face right.
Looked like a thing from Where's Your Head At, that film clip.
Yes.
Always creeped me out. Yeah, look, I love that. I love the series. Do you feel like, that's enough? Do 3 seasons is enough?
No, I
They've
love
signed
that.
for a season 4. There's a
Oh, shit,
season
have
4
they?
coming after this. Yeah.
They're doing interesting things with interesting characters and changing up narratives and following different people and doing growth. And I like it. Like,
Yeah.
vampires are supposed to move slowly because they don't age, and they age out of time zones because they don't have any frame of reference. But you've got everyone else around them which moves. So I kind of like that. There's a whole bunch more there to go. I like it. I want to see more. It's funny. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're only 3 episodes into season 3, but I'd like to see where this season takes us by the end.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm looking at that trailer. I was like, oh shit, it's got a bigger budget. Like, there are a few things in there that I went, like, they look like they're spending a bit more money here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I hope they're ramping up. Like, okay, once you get to the end of season 2, you'll understand where all the money was saved during season 2. And in season 3, hopefully they're doing the same kind of thing. Because I thought, there's a few episodes in season. Did you get to the Mark Hamill one yet? The cameo? In
No.
season 2?
That's towards the end, I think.
Yeah, but like, there's
That's
a
okay.
Mark.
I didn't know that he was cameoing, so it's not like, the end of Mandalorian or anything like that.
Oh, Quinny, spoilers.
So, no, fuck the internet. I got spoiled on that one by somebody who thought they were being clever.
Well, that's
Oh.
because
Yep.
they were doing the old Darth Vader father bullshit trick.
No, they like literally this person was just like, would have been better if they'd used Sebastian Stan or some de-aging or something. And I was like,
Oh,
well, I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about now.
cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Dick.
Well done, internet.
Then again, go back and watch the Mandalorian behind the scenes stuff for that episode.
Yeah, the galleries episode.
That was amazing,
Yeah,
actually.
it was very interesting how they did it. Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I watched that and I was like, I feel like the what's the thing, the deep fake
Yeah.
may actually have been better than what they ended up doing.
Well, it was
Yeah.
kind of a combination of 2 things that they did. Like, Yeah, the deep fake and the de-aging.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something about like the deep fakey part. I was like, shit, that actually I buy that as being the guy. Whereas the thing that they did didn't quite look as right. Good.
I'll put as a defense of the guys doing the actual Mandalorian show. They had to keep it quiet. So there was the whole thing about having to isolate someone, like the group doing it, to make sure there is no way that anyone could have copied it, which means less access to information and sharing of information. And the people who are doing the deep fakes have access and more time. Like there is a time constraint in producing a television episode that you have to hit a deadline. If you don't hit the deadline, the show doesn't go out and people get very angry. So you have to just do it. But like the people doing the deepfakes have the ability to just go, oh, well, what I need is like all of this sort of shit. Like it seemed really interesting. Plus they were putting it all together using, what was it, like Franken edits of audio and everything. Like they were really...
Well, that was the thing that blew me away. I was like, hang on, it wasn't actually his voice?
Yeah, the deepfake on the voice technology as well. Like, just crazy.
Yeah.
But the amount of time and footage that they had to trawl through so they could get different lighting, different shots. They even like pulled old interviews just to get his face as accurate as they could. Like it was crazy.
And then running the final, Mandalorian episode through the process again in the deep fake would have created a better result. Like that's the whole thing. You're taking the one that they produced in the time that they had and made it as best as they could, and then the deep fake people have taken it and done it again. Of course, it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I won't hate on them for that.
No.
But also, I got to watch Luke Skywalker again, and I was like,
Did you lose your shit? Did you have a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. When I saw the gloved hand, and that's when the realization. Like some people, they're like, oh, I saw it as soon as the X-wing flew in, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, bullshit.
Okay, I think I didn't lose my shit when I saw the hood come off. I lost my shit earlier when I was like, they're doing Luke fucking Skywalker.
Are you a Jedi?
I am.
Yeah. It's that thing where you're like, okay, yeah.
Come, little one.
Yeah, the not knowing that it was not a real voice and everything is just
Go
like,
with you.
fuck.
Yeah.
He wants your permission. He is strong with the Force, but talent without training is nothing. I will give my life to protect the child, but it will not be
So
safe.
the questions that this raises now in the Star Wars story world is, what happened to Grogu?
Clearly, clearly, Luke Skywalker realized that he was dangerous and way too powerful with the Force. So Luke killed Grogu.
Yeah, and emotionally attached.
Either that or Grogu grew up like a lot taller and is one of the Knights of Ren.
Oh no.
No, not buying it.
No, I'm actually, speaking of Knights of Ren, I'm actually really curious to see that come in the Halloween episode of the Knights of Ren, the Lego one, where they would recruit Ben Solo. I was like, okay, great. Finally, some explanation about who the fuck were these guys?
Yeah, just his mates.
They were the emo boy band in the desert.
Yeah.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Wait, somehow Revan returned.
Black leather's back. All right.
Yeah. Hey, we've got a new Star Wars game. Great. It's actually a remaster of an old game.
Cool.
Thanks.
But,
so I got to buy it and play it again?
Yes. Yeah, of course. You know that you're going to keep buying it, right?
Casper wants to talk about the Matrix, guys, so shut up about Star Wars.
Okay.
You wanted me to do? There we go.
Yeah.
Shut up about Star Wars. Yeah.
Okay.
The Matrix trailer. Yeah, I got a little hyped.
Did you? Did
Yeah,
you
I
get
did.
excited about it?
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
Some of the
shit.
I saw
Are
the
you okay to
teaser.
watch it?
I saw the teaser trailer.
Right.
But I haven't seen
Are
the
you
trailer.
good for this, Jill? Do you want to watch it here? Or are you okay? Okay, here we go.
I'm just astonished that Jonathan Groff is in this movie.
You seem particularly
That's the
triggered
part
right
that's
now.
blowing
Can you
my
tell me what
mind.
happened?
Yes.
I've had
And
dreams that are just
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, well.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
I mean, yeah, like good choice of music.
Good choice of music.
Hi.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss doing a thing.
Have we met?
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
Somebody pointed out that they're watching the film The Matrix in the film.
What?
There are video screens in the trailer that have the film of The Matrix on it.
Oh.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up. You don't know me. No?
I mean, I am excited about it. It's interesting.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
I'm just weirded out that it's the end of this year.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, I mean, you know, the two sequels are actually terrible.
Yeah.
The end. But I am really interested to see how they make it visually arresting again. Because if there's one thing about those things, it was like they were pushing the boundaries of what is possible to make visually arresting. And now with everything that's come between then and now, it's like, how are you going to make that fresh? How are you going to make that pop?
Yeah. How do you do bullet time again that makes people go, that's amazing?
And like Adsky points out, like the scene looks like it's from Doctor Strange. And I mean, that movie was again visually arresting. So how is Matrix gonna top it?
Yeah.
But also, like, Matrix was very of its time, and it had something to say about online culture and voices of like right and left. And I'm like, do we need that in this day and age? Like, are they going to take us back to the Matrix and like try and tell us, you know, what is right and good? Because it seems like it bred a lot of red pill douchebags. And I'm like, I feel like Matrix 4 needs to directly address these people and tell them that they took the wrong message from the first three films.
Yeah. That, but also I like to think that, I mean, Lana Wachowski, it was Lana, wasn't it, who's directing?
Yes.
She's directing and written it.
Yeah. Is probably just as interested in meta storytelling than, and going, okay, if you live in a universe where this narrative's already been explored once, how do you then re-explore it? And what does, the idea of a hero narrative mean and stuff like that? I hope that's kind of where it's going. Like if the film of The Matrix is a film in this sequel, we're talking serious fucking meta narrative bullshit, and I'm in for that. I'm all for that shit.
Yeah.
I love the sort of taking it like, what happens if Neo, the guy who was supposed to save humanity from the Matrix, suddenly has actually accepted the Matrix and gone against, and been absorbed by it because it was for some reason, there's got to be a reason behind it. Like, it's interesting. I can't wait to see what it is. And I like that they've done the same flavor, and hopefully it's not, they don't make the same mistakes with the sequels like Revolutions and stuff, where they kind of ate their own head of how do we continue it without going, what do you want to say about it?
And also, I mean, realistically, that the whole thing was like, oh, we need to really focus on that became a marketing exercise. What are the things that people like? Okay, we like, the agents. We like the video gaminess of it. We like the fact that people wear black leather and have cool sunglasses. Let's just keep giving people more of what they fucking like. And I feel like, they didn't have shit to say. Like, not until you got to the bit where they tried to say too much all at once with the architect.
Vis-a-vis, concordantly.
I don't remember anything other than the fucking Will Ferrell sketch.
Yeah, the Will Ferrell best thing about the architect. Yeah. Don't remember the actual thing, just remember his take.
I need to rewatch The Matrix. I never saw it since I saw it the first time. Like, I've never rewatched it.
It's good. Right. It still holds up. It's a fun, exciting thing.
I don't think I understood them when I was 17 years old. That's the problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
I understand watching Fight Club when you understand that should not be about getting excited about joining a fight club. Like, oh wow, you've been indoctrinated into a terrorist cult. It's like Fight Club is about joining Al Qaeda. When you look at it that way, Quinny, Fight Club is like, oh yeah, right. I shouldn't have got the message out of that I need to join a fight club. I should have got the message that, wow, you should. People.
But Al Qaeda, or is it the white guys with the tiki torches?
Yes. Yeah. Realistically, I think Fight Club was a warning that toxic masculinity and terrorism, homegrown terrorism by white boys who really don't know where the fuck they belong in society, is a much bigger threat than any overseas terrorism organization. And a lot of people missed that one.
Yeah.
Look in your own backyard. I gotta run.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody. We hope that you've had a bit of
Great
fun.
Chat.
Enjoyed. Yeah, good
Happy
chat.
Friday night. Go and have a lovely weekend. Don't forget, in Sydney, you're allowed to have a picnic on Monday if you're fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yay.
People will fully vaccinated.
Well, you will be soon, Jill. I'm.
Yeah. It's got a week and a half to go.
Yeah.
Nice. Just in time for us to be able to have some kind of picnic.
Halloween.
Yes.
Don't get our hopes up. We're doing that quietly. We're like,
Halloween.
yeah. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for all the chat for coming along.
Yeah, you guys have all been very, very chatty and lovely and wonderful, and a bunch of new people that I haven't seen there before. So thank you.
Welcome,
Blue M&M or Blue MM. Thanks for coming, Adsky. I know you've been around before, but thanks. We enjoy having you all here.
Yeah, go find yourself some Ted Lasso or some What We Do in the Show.
Oh shit, it's Ted Lasso night.
Ted Lasso night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see where Nate's at.
Yeesh.
Oh man,
Peter says already.
We had a big conversation about that in the private chat this week, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we had a lot. we were all ready to talk about that from last week, but you
Always
had
waiting on Quinny.
you were like, Jesus fucking Christ, Quinny, you don't watch it.
Shut up, Caspar. I haven't seen Shang-Chi. We're never going to see Shang-Chi.
No, we've never seen Shang-Chi. You know, go to the cinema.
I'm super happy for everybody who has seen Shang-Chi, but there is a massive middle finger to the fact that the movie that is currently the highest rated fucking video superhero movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes, like sitting at 98% of positive, and it's like, yeah, no, you can't watch it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, I'll take the good graces is that I feel very fortunate in my life to have been able to watch some movies ahead of every other person and a lot of other people, and that's good for me.
This is just payback, isn't it?
Yeah, but and so I will just go, I am fine at the moment. You can all have Shang-Chi. Please don't spoil it for me like I didn't spoil stuff for you.
Yes.
That's, yeah,
Do
definitely.
us the courtesy.
I'm just desperately avoiding all of the Twitter shit and everything where anyone starts mentioning post-credit scenes.
Oh, mate, I haven't been on Twitter for 2 years.
Oh, yeah, well, then, you know what, you're in a safe space.
Yeah, I am. The people on my Facebook feed are very aware of New South Wales and Victoria not being able to see it, so they've been quite good.
Yeah. I feel for the poor fuckers who made the film.
Yes!
Oh
God,
my
my
God.
very good friend Sabina, that was assistant costume in this movie, and her family who lives in Brisbane have seen it. She hasn't seen it.
Oh, see, there's a part of me that at least would have thought, you know what, maybe Marvel or Disney could, you know, send out a fucking screener or something like that to the
Yeah,
people
you'd
that worked
think.
on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's why people who work on movies should always just fuck around for the exact, like fuck around during one day for the exact cost of a movie ticket.
Just not do their work for the cost of a movie ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, how much do you get paid now? I get $23 an hour. Excellent. For 1 hour, I'm going to do fuck all.
Yeah.
I need to go and see this film that I worked on.
Yeah.
Communism.
Sure.
That's definitely us.
All right.
Okay, guys, have a good night, and we'll talk with you guys
Wonderful
soon.
weekend.
Bye.
See you on Tuesday.